Hey everybody, it's the Burger Dude, and today I want to show you how I make hamburger helper cheeseburger macaroni, but vegan and better. Also, this is a lazy person's version of this recipe, since normally you would cook some onions, garlic, throw in some different spices, then cook it all in one pot with some veggie broth. Instead, we're going to take a few shortcuts. It should only take about 15 minutes to throw this together, because to be honest, I really just wanted to try out this new magical ingredient I've seen a few folks post about. It's called sodium citrate. Apparently it helps emulsify your cheese sauce to give it a creamier, more consistent texture. I saw an article by Mashable and then a video by Ethan Shalbowski about it, so if you want to check those links out, I'll leave them in the description. I ordered this online. It wasn't too expensive considering we're only going to use about half a teaspoon of it for around 4 servings, but enough yapping, let's make some vegan hamburger helper. So first things first, let's cook some macaroni pasta. Most of the pasta that I find is vegan, so you shouldn't have too hard of a time, but just make sure to check the back. So one of the first shortcuts we're going to do is we're going to actually cook our meat while the pasta is boiling. Normally when you make hamburger helper, you cook the meat and then you add in the uncooked pasta and you add a bunch of veggie broth and you cook it all together. This way we're kind of cooking both things at the same time, so it's a little bit quicker. Once you got your plant-based meat crumbled up, we're going to add in some seasonings. I like to use these pre-made sort of seasonings. You could use like a steak seasoning or if you find like a gourmet burger seasoning, you could really use whatever you like, but this is another shortcut I like to do just to kind of cut down on time. And then once your plant-based meat has been thoroughly browned and you've seasoned it to taste and you feel good about it, reserve it in a bowl like this as we make our vegan cheese sauce. And I know normally I say to grate your own cheese, but I really like this VO Life cheddar shred, so if you can find this stuff, it melts great, looks great, tastes great. It's just an all-around good option, so if you have access to it, I highly suggest it. Otherwise, just use whatever your favorite vegan cheddar cheese is. So what we're going to do is add a little bit of water. Basically, we're adding 4 ounces of water since we're using 8 ounces of cheese. And then we're going to throw in half a teaspoon of this sodium citrate, and we're just going to try and toss that around and dissolve it in the water. And then all you got to do after that is add in your vegan cheddar cheese. So that's what I'm going to do here. And now you just need to melt it. It doesn't take that long. I don't know if it's something with the sodium citrate, but I felt like this melted a lot quicker than usual. Usually when we make a cheese sauce, we'll do it with like a roux with the butter and the milk and flour and seasonings. And this is obviously a lot quicker. If you want, you can do that. You can add seasonings. I didn't feel like it needed it. I did add a little bit of, as you'll see later, some black pepper and some hot sauce. So again, feel free to spice this up however you like. As you can see here, yeah, it's starting to emulsify and the texture was just amazing. So if you can get this sodium citrate stuff, it's really, really cool. You only got to add a little bit of it at a time. And this cheese sauce would be good on nachos or, cheese fries or a Philly cheesesteak, or just dip some chips in it, it's just really, really awesome. So once your cheese looks good, go ahead and add in your cooked macaroni. It should be cooked at this point. And like I said, this takes 15 minutes to throw together. You really can't go wrong with this. Now, as far as, is this as good as traditional hamburger helper that you might make with onions and garlic and seasonings and veggie broth? It doesn't really have the same depth of flavor, but also you're saving so much time that it's really negligible. You could totally throw in whatever you like. I'm throwing in some vegan sour cream, but if you want to throw in some grilled onions and garlic and other seasonings, just throw in whatever you like. It's gonna taste good no matter what. This is just a really super easy, quick way to do it. Like I said, this was ready in 15 minutes. So, if it's a weeknight, you don't really feel like cooking a big rococo sort of meal, or maybe you got the munchies and you just want to eat as quickly as possible, this is a great option. Once you got all your cheese and sour cream and everything else that you want to throw in there, go ahead and fold in your reserved plant-based meat, and now you're done. Now it's time to eat. You can garnish this with some green onions or some chopped parsley or chopped cilantro like I did right here. I'm going to add in a little bit more of that vegan sour cream. I'm going to give it a bite. And like I said, this stuff is just killer. So freaking fantastic. So easy. I'm going to throw in some mustard and ketchup just for fun because it's cheeseburger macaroni, right? This was also a good move. Ketchup, mustard. I almost threw in pickles, but I didn't. Maybe I should have. Next time I'll try it. I really do hope, though, whatever you decide to do, whatever you want to throw on here, I hope you all make this recipe. I think you're going to really dig it. If you do, let me know how it went. Tag me in your photos on Instagram. I hope you're all doing great, and I'll see you next week.